Today is Wednesday, Parashat Matot-Masei. This coming Shabbat, we're going to be reading two parashiot in the Torah, Matot and Masei. We will conclude the book of Bamidbar. And in the second parasha that we'll read, which is Parashat Masei, the Torah tells us about 42 journeys of the Jewish people in the desert. They went from one place to another place, to another place, to another place. The Torah gives us name by name every station that they camped at, every place they camped at, and every journey that they went on. And those 42 steps on their way to the land of Israel is a meaningful concept that a person, a Jewish people, or even a person, an individual, goes through life in going from one station to another, a place where you go to, a context where you are, a situation that you came to, or a place. All of these are actually places and steps for your own benefit in terms of own progress. So there is this concept, as they're on their way from Egypt to the land of Israel, they progress. There is no stagnation. There is no staying in one place. There is always a movement, so to speak. And we see this concept in the Torah, in the beginning of the Torah, in the book of Bereshit, the third parasha, when Hashem tells Avraham Avinu, Lech lecha me'artzecha molatecha, go for yourself. In other words, get on the move, don't stagnate, don't stay in one place. A person has to continuously progress. And even at the end of the Torah, the book of Devarim, the third parasha from the end of the book of Devarim, which is the end of the 5 books, Moshe Rabbeinu, it said about him, Vayelech Moshe. What is Vayelech? That he was walking, he was moving, he was going. So that the Torah gives us this concept. Whether it is the Jewish people on the way from Egypt, which is the lowest point they could have gotten to in terms of spirituality, all the way to the land, the Holy Land of Israel, there is a progress that they go through step by step, 42 places 42 journeys. And the Torah begins with the concept of Lech Lecha and ends, in the beginning, the third parasha from the beginning, third parasha from the end, Vayelech, to give us this very important idea that a person should never stagnate, should never stay in the same spot. A person should always progress, obviously to progress in his Torah learning, to progress in his observance of mitzvot, to progress in improving himself and his character traits, that a person should look at life as a continuous work in progress, as he continues to improve, to learn, and to never rest on your laurels, and never to say, well, this is where I'm holding and that's it. Unfortunately, I've heard people say that in terms of their observance of mitzvot. They come to a point where they're comfortable with whatever they're observing. They don't want to do any more. They want to stay at the same place. Well, that's not the right approach. The right approach is to look at it just like when we describe a very learned scholar, somebody who's very learned, knows a lot of Torah. We call him a Talmid Chacham, a wise student. He's still a student. He has still more to learn. He still has more to improve and progress. And that's applicable to every person. So look at every opportunity, everything that you encounter in life as an occasion to learn from, to become better, to become stronger, to become more observant of mitzvot, of Torah, and to never ever think that a person should stagnate. That's a wrong thing. There is always room for becoming better and better. And that's one of the ideas of the journeys, as the Jewish people in the desert were journeying from one place to another, and with every place they camped at, there was what to learn, there was what to improve, and there was what to get better with on their way to the land of Israel, to the Holy Land. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.